Hi, I'm Deborah Stengel, founder of Sedona Soul Adventures and international best-selling author of The Journey to Happy, coming to you again from incredibly beautiful Sedona, Arizona. And I'm so happy you're here with me again. Today I'm asking the question, are you a highly sensitive person? During the past few years, there's been a tremendous amount of research done by scientists and medical doctors on what they're terming highly sensitive persons. The research that's been done has been fascinating. They now know that between 15 to 20% of all men and 15 to 20% of all women are highly sensitive persons. This is true in all cultures. They even know that 15 to 20% of all animals are highly sensitive. They know that particular areas of the brain, such as the amygdala, are activated differently for people who are HSP. And I think one of the most important parts of the research is that they're finding that this is normal, meaning that HSP is not a mental illness or a disorder. A highly sensitive person experiences the world differently than others. Due to biological differences that they're born with, highly sensitive people are more aware of subtleties and process information deeply. This means they tend to be creative, insightful, and empathic. But it also means they're more sensitive to stress and overwhelm. So on the one hand, it's really great because highly sensitive persons are more creative, they're more empathic, they're more sensitive, but it can create real challenges for them because they are so sensitive. They go into reaction, they go into stress more quickly, they go into overwhelm more quickly. The reaction can be huge. There is a fantastic documentary on this called Sensitive, based on the findings of psychologist Dr. Elaine Aron. The movie is really fascinating and it features the singer Alanis Morissette. Alanis Morissette had a huge career writing songs and singing songs that were really the result of being a highly sensitive person. But in the movie, she also talks about the challenge for her because fame brought about so much attention and stress and overwhelm for her. When she finally realized that she's a highly sensitive person and all the things that go with that, it changed everything for her. So, how can you know whether or not you're a highly sensitive person? Jen Graneman talks about these in her article. Overstimulation is a real problem for you. Because you're highly sensitive, you react in a big way to loud noises, any kind of overstimulation, stress, chaos. You're frequently emotionally exhausted from absorbing other people's feelings. Highly sensitive people feel the emotions of other people and they can take them on to the point where by the end of the day, you can feel completely emotionally exhausted. Time pressure really rattles you. In school, timed tests would make you very anxious because it's another form of overstimulation. You absolutely abhor violence and cruelty of any kind. Almost everyone hates violence and cruelty, but if you're highly sensitive, you can actually get physically sick by watching it or hearing about it. You've always been super sensitive to what you wear. Nobody likes scratchy fabric or really restrictive clothes, but for a highly sensitive person, it can drive you crazy. Your pain tolerance is less. Many HSPs are much more sensitive to pain, body aches, headaches, joint problems. All of that can feel much more intense than with other people. Change is extremely upsetting. And in this, any kind of change, even good change, can rattle you. You get hangry easily. HSPs tend to be very sensitive to their blood sugar levels, so they can become hangry, hungry, and angry if they haven't eaten in a while. Stimulants may be too much for you. Coffee and alcohol may just send you reeling. Conflict is your poison. When there's tension or disagreements in your relationship, you feel it more deeply. So highly sensitive people can actually get physically ill from disagreements, or they just totally feel like their entire life is off if the relationship is off. And one of the problems in this is that it can make you avoid conflict, which of course is just going to stuff everything down and make it much worse. You're a deep thinker and are highly perceptive. The cornerstone of being a highly sensitive person is that you process information more deeply than other people. It makes you a deep thinker, but it can also turn you into an overly negative thinker. Sometimes you obsessively play events over and over in your mind or spiral into anxious thoughts. Because you see things that others miss, you're seen as perceptive and insightful. You're a seeker. Highly sensitive people seek the answers to the big questions in life. So things that have to do with the mysteries of the universe are something that you're very interested in. So as you can see, just as Alanis Morissette talks about it in the documentary, there are some wonderful things about being a highly sensitive person, and there are also some challenges. One of the hardest things about it is that this is not something that a lot of people know about. So many highly sensitive people are misdiagnosed or mislabeled and really take on this idea that there is something wrong with them, especially when they are constantly criticized for being over-emotional or overreactive. That's one of the reasons why taking care of yourself, if you're a highly sensitive person, is so important. We had a woman here just a few weeks ago doing a retreat, and we immediately recognized her as a highly sensitive person. We started talking to her about it. She had no idea what we were talking about because most people don't know about this. They've never heard about it. But when we started speaking about the specifics, she was saying, "Oh, yes, yeah, that's me." We had her take a short test, and she scored 24 out of 27. And of course, she had come here feeling very criticized, especially by her husband, who was constantly criticizing her for being over-emotional. And he would get angry with her when she would walk into a restaurant and say, "It's just too noisy in here, I can't stay." So we did, in her very first session, we did tapping around the very specific items that we were talking about and identifying are what's going on with her. And if you don't know about tapping, please watch my video about it because it's such an amazing process. Afterwards, the client said, "For the first time, I feel understood." She said she felt so much relief. And she was so excited to go home and try these new strategies, especially with her husband. So maybe, as I say in my book, there's nothing wrong with you. Maybe you're just a highly sensitive person. And if you are, maybe we can help you with that. I hope this helped. And if you got value from this video, please take the time to like it. Share it with someone in your life who you think might get something out of it, and subscribe to our channel. And if you do want more help, then go to SedonaRetreatGuide.com and get your complimentary copy of the Sedona Guide to Spiritual Retreats today. Even better, if you'd like to talk to someone about doing a retreat that's custom designed for exactly what you need, call us at 928-204-5988. You can have the life and the relationship you want. I know it.